Well, the state of Florida is suing the Target Corporation for allegedly defrauding investors over the sale of LGBTQ pride merchandise. The Miami New Times reports that back in May of 2023, Target became the focus of right-wing outrage when it launched its annual Pride Month collection. The merchandise featured clothing items for transgender customers, including T-shirts with slogans like "Trans people will always exist" and "Cure transphobia, not trans people." Anti-LGBTQ groups and conservative activists sparked a backlash against the retailer, spreading misinformation. For instance, claiming that Target was marketing a product to children that was meant for transgender adults, and organized boycotts that escalated into people harassing and threatening store employees. Now, Florida's Attorney General James Utmeyer has filed a lawsuit alleging the retailer did not properly disclose to investors the risk of its 2023 LGBTQ Pride merchandising campaign, ultimately causing the retailer's stock price to plummet. Tara, is this a good use of Florida taxpayer money to sue Target?
Well, the lead organization that's fighting against this suit called this action asinine, performative buffoonery, and an attack on First Amendment rights. And I think most of us want to protect, of course, our Bill of Rights. And so this is really unusual to see a state attorney general go after corporate First Amendment rights that are legal. And they certainly we haven't seen them go after consumer First Amendment rights either. That's unconstitutional. And the precedent that this will set is very disturbing. If the court allows for this to go forward, that would mean any time government owns shares in any company, they could censor free speech. So they could certainly buy shares in Alphabet or Meta and control the speech on social media or any other shareholder action that they would have. So it's very problematic. The equivocation of LGBTQ plus products and sexualization is really at the heart of this. Let's just say what it is. It's the idea that the messaging of Target, just like the messaging of Disney, that these corporations are supporting pride events and pride products would equal sexualization of children. Well, listen, I have 4 kids. They wear all sorts of stuff. That doesn't mean every time they express themselves, it has sex on their mind. And really, I think that last year when we saw the head of the Republican Party and the co-founder of Moms for Liberty, they taught us a whole lot about polyamorous relationships that was never introduced in the Target products. So I'm not sure that this is a fair place to start. And certainly, as somebody that enjoys the Florida pension, is very grateful for it, we see when we invest ups and downs in the market, it is just what it is.
Lisa, I got to ask you, what do you think? Is this a good use of taxpayer money to sue Target?
I see it as a matter of authority. And this is a matter that should be decided in the shareholders' meeting and not in the courts. I mean, Brian Cornell has been the Target CEO for more than 10 years. He has to answer for his actions and whatever decisions he makes and how that affects the stock and the share. And that's something that those are all very good and important questions that should be asked by the shareholders, not in a court of law decided by a judge.
And Patrick, we just have about 30 seconds, but our attorneys general have gotten very involved in lawsuits over the past few years.
Yeah, I wish he would sue insurance companies for not paying the bills that they owe Florida taxpayers instead of this. This is hurting locally. I talked to the Tampa Pride Parade's lost Chase Manhattan, the VA, and Walmart as sponsors because of this attack against gays and against transgender and against cis. And so it's having an effect across the board, and I'm sorry to see this is the first move our new Attorney General has decided to put a stamp on.